Hello everyone, so Minnesota re-signed Bret Jones. I'm sorry this video is late. Been a few hectic days here, but I am back. And he was signed to a one-year deal which could go up to 1.5 million in incentives, a base salary of about 850,000 and a signing bonus of around $100,000. And in his full season playing center with the Giants in 2017, he finished with a 68.6 overall PFF grade and an 82.1 pass block grade, but had an overall grade of 53.1 in the limited snaps that he had in 2018. And I think some of that possibly had to do with the fact that he was a trade. He was acquired in trading late in the preseason, and you are talking about a starting center who needs to be on the same page with the quarterback and like the calls, and it's not really one of those positions that's optimal to just pop in there. So that could be part of it, but I also thought he struggled a little bit getting to the second level at times, and that's probably why we saw Elfline take over earlier than he probably should have. And I assume that's it because Elfline can climb this to the second level a lot better than Bret Jones can. So I assume that's the reason why. And he didn't really play outside of that. And it's a little weird that he didn't play outside of those 3 games, really. And I get it when you're talking about climbing to the second level in these zone running schemes. That's a big part of it. But at the same time, you can't tell me Tom Compton was doing a good enough job at left guard to not warrant him just to walk in. So I do think he could add versatility if they actually plan to use him at guard this time around. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. Just a thought, really. And but I think he could add versatility there, being able to play, guard and center. So there's that. And he isn't a bad backup option. But I certainly wouldn't prevent him from us drafting guys. Like, I know technically, like, he definitely doesn't stop us from drafting a first round guy. But I mean mostly those later day picks where it's like maybe there's something that's like it's kind of a project, but they have all these athletic tools where it's like maybe he can be a backup now, but we can develop him into a starter. I wouldn't let Bret Jones stop me from taking those guys. And the reason for that being is I think Bret Jones kind of is what he is. He's kind of a pass blocking specialist who, in this zone scheme, like he doesn't always get to this second level. And I think at times you also see him get beat on the inside, whether that's due to strength or base issues, all the good stuff. And I just know sometimes looks like he struggles on the inside. So like I said, though, I think this is a solid backup signing. And once Tyler Shatley signed, he actually had a visit with them not too long ago. He re signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I kind of thought they might be getting one of these two. I thought Bret Jones would be the first one to, fall there. Thought he would be the first one to go. He was not, but we didn't get Shatley, but we get Jones. And they're pretty close to the same player. Actually, they're both pass blocking specialists. And I think that's another thing that needs to be kind of mentioned here. The 3 guys that I've seen most linked to them, they've gotten 2 of them, were obviously Bret Jones, Klein, and then Tyler Shatley. All 3 of them, their main primary focus is pass blocking. So I do think that could potentially be a formula they take into the draft, and they could be looking at more of these pass blocking specialist offensive linemen as opposed, even though it should be a run first offense. But if you find guys who fit this athletic build that they're looking for in these zone schemes, there's a chance they could just be able to kind of hide their run blocking a little bit because you're always having them on the move. You're pretty much going east-west a lot of the time or climbing to the second level, getting them on linebackers. That's a majority of this, and you got a lot of misdirection stuff going on. So I think they're looking for these pass blocking specialist type of guys in hopes they can kind of mask some of the run blocking issues that could have if they were running more power kind of schemes, or mainly power or mainly gap kind of schemes, as opposed to this kind of heavy zone run scheme. And I think it's a little intriguing because that takes off some of these options in the first round, even because you start to talk about, well, Jonah Williams probably more of a run blocker than he is a pass blocker, but Andre Dillard kind of fits this pass blocking specialist kind of mold, and maybe Garrett Bradbury, he from North Carolina State, the center, he could also kind of fit that whole mold of things. So just based on what it looks like they're looking at, I think they are valuing athleticism and pass blocking and just hoping to mask this run blocking thing, which once again, I think they're trying to be a run first team by generally like of how Zimmer likes to run things. And then you get Kubiak in there who generally, once again, always run first teams. So I find it a little intriguing, but that is what it is. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And until next time, I bid y'all adieu.